remaining couplet of 0900.
10 seconds remaining.
Now let's see what Hokori grabbed. Now, will this be the Witch Doctor? Could also be a Rubik.
5
Those seem to be the two
remaining.
safe support openers time and time again.
Yeah. I like the Witch Doctor. You know, overall, even though the Witch Doctor lost last game, I don't feel like it was his fault. He definitely. I remember, like he solo killed the Leshrac in game 2, and he also solo killed. What was the mid for Hokori in the first game? I get the pop. Like that hero is crazy. You know, position 5 just solo killing cores in the early to mid game. But I'm gonna get that Tusk. I like it. I think he did pretty well.
Yeah, there's merit to that tanky support duo. I can't believe we just saw Ogre kind of randomly thrown in like that.
Remaining.
It's such a cool Dota meta that we're in. Like, at least in SA, I don't think he's gotten any priority. And all of a sudden, he just gets tossed in there. Like,
he is definitely strong right now.
He like has, when you have like more freaky, 2 right click cores, there's a lot of value in it. If you have like a, I don't know, Quap or like a Leshrac mid, there's not that much value. But with the 2 right clickers, felt so strong. They were bursting everyone.
yeah.
10 seconds
But a
remaining.
big boy the other way now with the Undying.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, the love. I mean, what, first phase banned several times so far, across both divisions, really. Similar, he's like Witch Doctor in a lot of ways, but less versatile, just because you don't have the real solo kill potential, but you're more team fight and objective based. Taking Roche, taking early tier 1 towers, but you have no stun at all. Even if Cask is unreliable, it's still a stun. And sometimes I find the itemization on Undying can be a little bit rough. Like, you don't have that many options since you don't have any way to clear waves, or really, you don't have solo kill potential, you don't have wave clear, so you get like one item, right? Especially in a pro game, and it pretty much has to be Glimmer a lot of the time.
Yeah,
or Locket, we've seen.
He pretty much just like does a good job securing the laning stage, and then it's your job to get good fights around high grounds where you can get a good tombstone. Like, it doesn't do much besides that, but even still, like, tombstone is such a powerful spell when you're contesting Roshan, when you're going high ground. So yeah, it feels so bad. I hate playing Undying, but like,
dude, I love him.
Really?
Love him so much.
Oh god,
it's so fun.
You know, when you're against super creeps and you're Undying, okay, guys, I'll defend the lane, and it takes forever. Like, another wave comes before you actually take one out. I just
to
but
be
those
fair,
first...
that is not his strong suit. But yes,
those first 3 minutes though, when you're decaying the offlane duo and you're just walking at them and you're invincible, you know.
True.
It's a great feeling. And then the rest, the other 37 minutes of the game can't quite live up to that. But for 3 minutes, you're a golden god.
Well, an interesting strat out of 0900 here. They go back for the Invoker that worked very well for them in game number 1. And then they remove the 2 heroes that worked 3 heroes that worked very well for Hokori in game number 2. So by conventional logic, this should be an easy game. They've got the Invoker. And what will Hokori grab in response? That's kind of insane, though. The 3 straight respect bans from last game.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm not sure how necessary the Ogre ban was there, but all right. I do feel like their Invoker player did really well, so that's definitely a good upside for 0900's draft. And they're going to snatch that Wraith King.
Okay. Fine carry.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird on the Ogre Man. I mean, I guess it is. Like, they banned the Mirana for you, so you're just like, all right, I guess we don't want to give you Bloodlust either, and now our tombstones are really good, but
10 seconds
still kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Can we get a Snap 5 here?
5 seconds remaining.
Ooh.
It actually looks kind of good with their heroes.
I like it, actually. Tusk Snap. That's a good duo.
A lot of kill threat.
Yes. Monkey King is open. I wonder if they'll... snatch. I guess they don't have to snatch it now because Invoker's already their mid. Even though it looks really good for 0900, I feel like they're definitely kind of a fragile situation where they can't really play. I've seen Wraith King offlane, but I don't think they want to do that. They don't really want to play Invoker 4 or some like weird thing. So you know what they're gonna do. Ooh, I love this actually. They have so much push already.
Yeah.
Tusk plus Beastmaster feels insane. Really easy to Roche.
I think banned in games 1 and 2 also. Some pretty high priority.
I like this.
10 seconds.
A lot of
remaining.
stun now. Great initiation prowess for Hokori. I guess both sides have solid initiation, but nothing beats that Hawk.
They could just do something like a Jug, too, depending on what this pick is. They could just straight up do Lesh Beastmaster Jug. I mean, that's a winning trio in a lot of games.
True.
Actually, it lets you just play really fast.
Anti-Mage, no control on Undying. You're playing versus Invoker and Wraith King.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just joking. Anti-Mage is bad. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I mean,
hope
honestly,
they don't
though,
go for it.
like, it's been banned twice in a row, so... Actually, I can't remember who banned it. I think Hokori banned it both times, and I think about it, because they banned it when they had TB, so... I mean, obviously, they must respect the hero, then, if they're still banning it.
I kind of like Terrorblade for Hokori if they want to do it again. I think it's a much better matchup versus Wraith King. If he goes Radiance, you can get the Radiance yourself. You have so much stuns now on the side of Hokori, so much front line with the Tusk Beastmaster.
Yeah, Inner Beast Aura, too, with Terrorblade's pretty scary. Although the... Oh, no, the Darkseer is banned. Yeah, they are set for it.
Yeah, the Darkseer's banned. You can take Tombstone pretty well with your hero. I don't mind it.
How about OD today? Zyra, you've been on the OD hype train. It's looked
Hero feels
shockingly
good.
good even when you play it, so I
Yeah,
know it's busted.
he just hits hard. They've simplified him
You
so
should
much.
watch his games. It's amazing.
He got the Wisp treatment, dude. They've just taken all those complex abilities. You don't have to worry about current mana anymore with the ultimate. You don't have to worry about stacking up too much int. Basically, just astral somebody, ult, and right click, and you're doing it, man. It's just solid.
Okay.
But they go Wind Ranger instead into PL. Now, Wind Ranger, not one that we've really seen touched at all either. I don't know what to make of this.
Probably
I guess
a
it's
4.
4? Yeah.
And team ban.
Interesting. I
Don't know if I love that.
Yeah, I don't see any synergy. I guess he can trade against the Tusk, because that's probably going to be a Tusk 5 with Leshrac 4. Of course, it could be middle,
10
but
seconds
I probably feel like they can get a better matchup
5 seconds remaining.
against the Invoker.
What about Puck?
Yeah, we'll love it.
Puck looks pretty good.
Because, I mean, Leshrac, if that's Quaswex Invoker like last time, it's not really a great Leshrac lane. Your cast points are kind of bad on Lash. Yeah, like, it feels similar to the Quad matchup. Obviously, Leshrac can do much more because of the Edict. You can force towers. But I don't think it's
Team
great.
ban. Radiant team pick.
Fast bans there. The Grimstroke removed.
Yeah.
Huh, mid Grimstroke. All right.
Well, with Beastmaster, it's a pretty scary combo, I guess.
Yeah.
Be fair,
It
E-Blade
works
is
with
very good
lightning
against...
too, I think, right? Which is pretty cool.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
the double. It's kind of like the Rasta deal.
Yeah.
Double
5
AoE.
seconds remaining.
Double Roar would be pretty nice.
Slam. What do they need though? They have Roar, they have Push. They just need someone else who fights with Beastmaster, Leshrac, Tusk, right? But the PL is
Yeah.
going to be farming a little bit till he has Diffusal. So I kind of like just picking a 5 here and putting the Leshrac mid. Either a 5 or Puck, I think, is my go-to right now.
Yeah, I really feel like Puck is so good. Like, it crushes Quaswex Invoker.
Grab the Witch Doctor. Come on. Oh, okay. The Wyvern. There's your 5. That's some solid team fight now. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, I
don't
do
mind
not
it.
want to be cursed next to Wraith King. Oh my god, he would blow up his allies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Wraith King,
10
man.
seconds
Whew.
remaining.
All right.
It's a nice looking Wyvern
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
Wyvern is such a great 5 too. It's like the opposite of Undying in terms of potential for gold and wave
Yeah.
clear and stuff too, man.
Yeah.
And scaling. That's
You can get so much.
Yeah, you can protect whoever Wind Ranger. Oh, it's pretty easy to... you can even take Tombstone because of the cast range or your attack range with your Q.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I
And,
still feel like it's kind of a scary lane for the Leshrac, but it's a good 5. It's a good last pick.
The only downside used to be like Cold Embrace versus Sunstrike, but number 1, Cold Embrace is like your worst spell, and number 2, it's all Quaswex anyway, so it's kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your side lane?
finally the
Sand
Sand King. We've talked about him a lot. He's been banned in a lot of clutch scenarios where he would have been a really good pick, and now Greedy will get to play it here.
I feel
actually
like
like
900. Yeah.
Good versus
like-
PL. Good versus Beastmaster.
Sorry, Zaire.
Pretty good versus Leshrac. Dang.
So I like the Hokori draft better, though, overall. I think this team
Really?
fight in the mid game looks pretty scary. Maybe I'm just overvaluing the Wyvern, but and undervaluing the Invoker in the hands of Zaza.
I feel like up to the PL, Hokori was miles ahead in draft. I don't feel like their draft is bad, but the Sand King last pick here is really good. I love what he does. Handles PL and Beastmaster really well. Good initiation. You can set up the Shackle of the Wind Ranger. They can create a lot of space with Invoker Sand King.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've seen a lot of Sladden Wind Ranger in pubs too. That rings true to me.
Oh, really? Okay.
But we'll see.
I mean, that's
I mean,
a
he doesn't
classic
have the orange ones, so who knows?
high skill cap 4. You know, if you can hit the shackles, hit the power shots, it's certainly good. And if you can't, well, it's not that great. So
It's a very good duo with Undying. It makes up for a lot of his issues, right? You have a low cooldown stun, and he can control the team fights while you control the pick off and the isolation during the engagements.
Yeah, and as people try to set up for taking the Tombstone, you got some good Shackle angles, I think.
This game looks fun. This looks like a bit of a battle between Wraith King and PL. Like, who's going to get the better farm to start? Like, who's going to be better motivated by their team here and Coach Gary?
All right, Coach Gary, we're going to need you for this one, bud. It's your turn to shine again. You're 2 for 2 for great advice. Can we get a third? Theban, help this guy out.
Theban, please, I'm in tears. I can't. I don't want to be Coach Gary. Deary me.
Listen.
Game 3, here we go.
Listen, Gary, I'm gonna need you to choose one of these teams that you're gonna be supporting, okay? And depending on who you choose, you're gonna have to either give some solid advice or you get to bask in the glory. And I think you're probably the type of coach who's much better at basking in the glory.
I'm the guy who sits back and says, yeah, that was all my work that made you win, led you to victory from my armchair back at home.
So who's it gonna be, Gary? Pick one.
Oh,
Who you got on this game, buddy?
pick one. Pick one.
Which team would you like to be the coach
0900.
of?
I would like to be the
You
coach
got-
of 0900.
30 seconds to battle.
Got it. So you're backing up the Wraith King with the Radiance against the Phantom Lancer, and then the Invoker with the Alacrity, buffing up this Wraith King later on. Sand King, a really solid hero in this lineup who can just go in and set him up too.
I know that whatever happens, I can just blame the Wraith King's item build.
Okay.
You know, if his Radiance is too late, if he goes Armor before
Oh,
Radiance, or if he
yeah.
goes Midas, which he does have queued up before Radiance, we can just say, yeah, your Radiance was just not on time. We couldn't synchronize the rest of our heroes together with it.
So you're taking our thoughts on a previous Wraith King game where the Wraith King went for an Armlet first against a Phantom Lancer, and then going for a Radiance, and using that knowledge to help guide this team.
I'm learning.
Okay, I see. That's good. That's exactly what a coach does. He learns and then he gives advice off the knowledge that he has.
Did I do a good job?
That's good. I mean, you're learning, you're improving. By the end of this year, Gary, you're gonna be, competing with Heen for the
Oh, hell yeah.
coach slot on Team Secret.
Can I have a gold star or like a smiley sticker? Can I have something that... Is there a board? Do I get a point? Anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because you're starting off like you're like in kindergarten right now, right?
I'm at 0
for your
points.
first. Okay, exactly. You gotta start with the little stickers. Anyway, let's get into this game, Gary. You got
Go
some
for it.
spice right now.
Well, top lane, someone's already dying, Theban. Wraith King's being destroyed by tag team level 1 with a tri-lane from Hokori. All thanks to the
Yeah, very
Arctic
nice.
Burn.
That was very good first blood there onto the Wraith King. I mean, you're going to give Beastmaster a solid head start now. And I think 0900 were supposed to make that call. The Winter Wyvern is not showing on the bottom lane. Should have expected the 3 heroes there. And maybe Jericho, he probably needed to tank that gank.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Oh, and they lose the courier too. It's a great start in that top lane. Another shards and tag team. Puts Jericho low. Forced to pop a mango. So already off to a pretty good beginning there. It's a massive creep wave coming into that dire tier 1 though, so Wraith King should be able to farm up the remnants of the creeps arriving. And then into the other lanes. Leshrac against the Invoker, and Sladin on that Wind Ranger down bottom with a Sand King against Wyvern PL. It's Sladin again on this kind of finesse position 4 hero. We've seen Skywrath, we've seen Mars. He's picking some pretty slippery initiation heroes in that position 4.
We've been seeing a lot of this position for Wind Rangers. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. It's like either a big hit or a complete miss. So we'll see how he plays in this game. But Wind Ranger against Phantom Lancer, that's just absolutely miserable for the most part.
Yeah. But he does have a Sand King, though. And in this lane so far, Greedy is 13-0 on CS, with Burrow Strike and Sandstorm level 1 and 2. Will lose
Very
his
good hero
courier.
against PL.
And they don't have a sentry in the bottom lane for the D-ward onto the one that Gardic has placed down. Unfortunately for the Wyvern, that sentry's just out of observer range.
Ooh, yeah, that is very unfortunate. That would have been some nice golden XP for the Wyvern. Get to his next items a little bit quicker. See some aggression top. Tombstone being dropped by Undying, but that's a boots toss though. You're not going to be able to chase him down.
Yeah, there's like 2 zombies, a skeleton chasing the tusk. He just runs away. His
like,
Wyvern is the one in actual trouble. Chased down by Slardin. Wyvern pops the Fairy Fire. Gets a bit of distance from the Wind Ranger. 2 hits after the Wind Run though. The Arctic Burn try and get him up over the cliff top. The Power Shot comes through to finish him off. So now even more space for this Sand King to continue farming like a madman.
They definitely need one of these lanes to go their way here. Beastmaster top is just pretty much free farming. I mean, Wraith King is also free farming, but he's going to get that quick Necro 1 on the Beast, and that's going to be dominating up here. Even the Tombstone doesn't stand a chance against the Necro early on.
And if your Undying is trapped in the shards like this, El Misho with that Boar Slow as well. Vitaly's in on top of the Undying's head. He soul rips, he turns with a Wraithfire Blast and a Decay. Zombie skeletons, they're everywhere. But
skeletons, yeah.
El Misho, like you mentioned, those boots are allowing him just to wander away from danger.
I'm going to get so confused every time I see the skeletons
Me
and the
too.
zombies. Yep. It's a Walking Dead out here on 0900.
Just need to, like, you know, combine them into one word. You don't have to worry about it. Don't say zombies or skeletons. Just, oh god, El Misho. How did he die?
What?
Oh, okay, he was
Tower. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he died to the skeletons
Me
that were
too.
chasing him like across the map. Nah, he just died to the tower. Wants to come back on the map ASAP, but that's gold for the Wraith King. I mean, he's happy about that.
Radiant structures.
I was
Get him
super
faster to
concerned.
that Midas.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Hand of Midas Wraith King.
Honestly, I'm not that like disappointed with the Midas. I actually like Midas versus the Armlet. I think the Armlet, if you don't buy that against the PL, that's for sure. If that's the case, you're better off rushing the Radiance, but Midas, you know, it's not as expensive and it will give you back some of that gold that you spend anyway, and it'll let you scale
And
much
you're,
quicker.
You're against Beastmaster with summons too, right? So you'll be able to kill them off.
Into Wyvern again. Just a classic Sanking stun into a power shot. There's a lot of burst damage between these two heroes. Wind Ranger loves playing with these disable heroes, just setting up for her.
Yeah, and Wyvern has to play the kind of left-hand side of that bottom lane to defend the Phantom Lancer and the creep wave. And she's always going to be bumping into the head of the Wind Ranger at that point.
Yeah. You're stopping the Wind Ranger from pulling the big camp. Because once the big camp gets pulled and the Sanking just sandstorms in there, the PO can't even contest for the creeps. It's extremely difficult. I mean, so far though, he is free farming bottom, but
Yeah.
it hasn't been really for free because your Wyvern has been dying.
Definitely contested and not comfortable. Wyvern, in fact, comes in towards mid lane. Dire Observer Ward sees her hiding away in those trees. And
Yeah, that's a really nice ward they got out there. Very deep on Radiant Hill.
Yeah, because the Wind Ranger was able to come in and de-ward the Radiant ward mid, and then ward in that jungle, so they see a hell of a lot. And Lesh grabs a DD rune, farms jungle, and runs back deeper into the jungle to keep on farming, leaving mid lane completely open. So Slardin's rotation doesn't come to anything.
Yeah, you don't want to be Leshrac against a Quaswex Invoker. You just get tornadoed, EMP'd, cold snapped, you lose 70% of your HP and your entire mana pool, you can't farm anymore. And Leshrac as a level 6 Pulse Nova, one of the fastest farmers in the jungle. Very efficient damage versus mana usage.
And self-stacking. Gets those creep camps going.
Wyvern.
Oh, jeez. Super close.
There you go.
But it's that kind of decision making that you mentioned that it's nice to see he's preemptively doing it, right? He's not waiting for that first move from the Invoker. He knows that will happen, so he's already responding, adapting beforehand. As top lane, they do catch the Wraith King in a
lot of
roar,
TPs.
but a burrow strike from Greedy, and the zombies are stacking up with all the skeletons. Wraith King with a
Nice
fairy
tornado.
fire, he survives, and now with everybody here from 0900, they clear up the aggression from El Nisho and Vitali, as well as saving their Wraith King.
I mean, normally I would say having 3 of your cores in one lane at 7 minutes is bad, but damn, those 2 TPs and netting the kills on the Beast Tusk and saving the Wraith King. Wraith King just going to be able to heal right back up with that Vampiric Spirit, level 3. I mean, that was a huge win. On the other hand, though, Leshrac making a really smart decision to go bottom, popping the Edict with the PL. That's a tier 1 tower take. Another good return move on the side of Hokori.
Dire's bottom
Yeah, but mid lane, they'll find Gardic, missing out on the power shot snipe, so Cold Embrace delays the inevitable end for the Winter Wyvern, and they're trying to...
Not gonna...
Like 4 heroes mid here for them. I don't think they can really push, though, can they?
Nah, they can't. They don't have the heroes for it. They really don't have the heroes or the damage. As in hero, what I mean by heroes, like they don't have the right heroes in their draft that can just take towers like this Leshrac and PL were able to bottom.
And with that, like, it's really unusual for the bottom Dire tier 1 to be the first tower to fall. It's kind of unsettled me in thinking, like, what does it mean? Can the usually when you lose a tower, you're thinking, what can the team do that took the tower? Can they invade jungle? Can they move in towards Roche Pit? What's the objective afterwards? Bottom tier 1 is kind of so useless, it's like, well, nothing. It was just a tower for money.
What it does do though is it hurts 0900's chance of taking your bottom tower.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they have to TP to the tier 2 or smoke all the way down there, and if they fend you off, then it's so hard to just go back down there and like make reactionary moves whenever you see Hokori somewhere else on the map. It's actually surprisingly quite a good tower to kill. It's just so hard typically in games to take it.
Tombstone dropped. Chasing down the Beastmaster.
And the zombies,
And they're
and the
also
skeletons. Oh
going
boy.
to tornado up all of the summons, so the Wraith King, he's out of there. Midas is up one of the
Midas.
creeps, and that's it. The snowball in will be able to take the Wraith King down, surely. El Misha will find the kill as Vitali dead in that back end of the forest. Oh, they nearly find the snipe on the courier, but
Oh,
Tusk,
what?
he's snuck into the trees.
Wait,
There's no
huh?
way.
How?
They can't see him. He's found a hidey
Oh my
hole.
goodness. How? I swear he was like right in front of the Invoker and somehow I just got it. Alright. That was impressive, not gonna lie.
Kill the Wraith King,
He's out of there.
saves his courier, and survives.
Oh, it doesn't get the bounty though. Psh. Ah. Terrible. Terrible plays. Doesn't get the bounty.
We'll see what he gets up to next, because he's still thinking about a snowball. But he gets tornadoed, burrow struck, Undying's there with his ultimate.
Wow. Okay.
And
He just popped.
finally falls.
They're like, oh, finally, we found him. And then they just pop him just like that.
Oh, look, there he is. Wraith King with his Midas is going to be farming up the triangle now. As Phantom Lancer. Does he nearly... Wait, hang on a second. PL's Courier. Okay. I always look at these players with like one item queued. He has Robe of Magi queued, and I'm thinking, no way has he got Diffusal Blade 11 minutes in. Surely
He
not.
almost, he does. He has a Diffusal Blade.
He's an
He's gonna
Alacrity and
just
a
finish the rope. That's it. He already has it.
Where's the rest
Meanwhile,
of it?
top.
Top lane dying
It's in his
near.
stash.
Zaza, he's been snowballed on. Under the tier 1, there's 3 heroes still here from the Radiant, so a Burrow Strike back towards his tower, tries to get Greedy sanking away, and a Soul Rip's there onto the Tusk, but the Hawk Vision, it gives them the information they need, seeing the sanking, but he's gone back into Sandstorm, and Wind Ranger with a Focus Fire there, turn around by Wyvern with a Winter's Curse, but Greedy's tanky enough, and he's got another Burrow to come straight in towards the Beastmaster, kills off the ball first, holds the Burrow for now. And Tusk, yet again, is hiding in one of these shadowy areas of the map, still alive.
Wow, that was like, I think Winninger got like 100 hits off or something. He was just not dying. Oh, okay, that's a pretty big kill. Tusk onto the Sanking. Getting him on the sentry, waiting for his cooldowns. Nice. Good return there.
And there's PL with a Diffusal Blade. Very quick
Yeah,
indeed.
I told you.
12,
I told you,
yeah,
Gary, he had
you were
it.
right. I was like, there's no way. But yeah, with a Band of Elven skin on top of it all as well, heading towards Manta, or S and Y as he's got queued up.
It's a very good buy against Sanking and Invoker. The S and Y here. I like it a lot.
So now it's a situation where Hokori, with this PL, this Beastmaster, the Lash, everyone it feels like is ready to fight, while 0900, it's that waiting game for the Relic, the Radiance of Wraith King.
Radiance, exactly. I mean, he will have it at a pretty decent timing. I think the Midas is not slowing it down that much. It's gonna be good for the big grand scheme of things, you know?
The overall acceleration increases in the long term. Pretty widespread across the map as the tower is taken mid lane. No defense there from Hokori. They're TPing Lesh up, bringing numbers there for the tier 1 top, while it looks like PL and Tusk are the ones lapping up the remaining bits of CS and trying to shove out any waves that come their way.
It's gonna be a huge fight here, Gary. Smoke up with the Blink Sanking. But they feel it. They feel that 0900 is coming up here.
They still make the jump. Wyvern is a very quick kill they can secure. Lash and Beastmaster now no longer want any part of this tier 1 tower push. And that's the vanguard of 0900's draft. That's the 4 heroes making that shield, the wall in front of the Wraith King. And that Invoker, he can come down bottom lane. That tier 1 falling means the wave is trending towards his tier 2, so he's got a bit of a longer lane to run down and keep on farming. But look at 0900. They've been spotted by the Hawk, sniped by Sluddin. He knew it was coming. It means the Sand King can't get the initiation into the Beastmaster he wanted.
Another smoke up. Ooh.
They see the
Quick 2
PL.
smokes from 0900.
Invoker spots the
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer, and they know which one's the real one. So they can immediately burrow in
The
with a
smoke
shackle
breaks,
shot. The smoke does break, but they've got the chain stuns they need for the EMP to land. He doppelgangers away, barely escaping, but the epicenter was ready and waiting. Greedy sets it up
Huge
for a kill on
industry.
Lumiere, and then now, blinking and stunning again. Winter Wyvern gets caught out. It was nearly a 2-man. Sunstrike's going to whiff as the Undying is in a 1v3 up on the high ground. Gets his tombstone down. It's focused by the Beastmaster, though, as a Winter's Curse does catch out the Invoker, and they've got a Roar. On top of the Invoker, Leshrax come in with all the damage he's got. The Deafening Blast pushes them back. A Tornado there as well, but the Invoker, he can't Ghost Wall.
Nowhere
He's
to go.
stuck with Invoke on cooldown.
I mean, it was a really good kill onto the PL, but I think going forward from there was just a big mistake on the side of 0900. They should have just settled for that one big kill, wait for their cooldowns, just push the lanes out, get a better positioning on the map there. But giving away that Invoker kill, Hokori is definitely going to enjoy that. They got the Necro 3 now on Beastmaster, and you saw in that last fight, they got that Winter's Curse into a Roar. We're going to be seeing a lot of that this game. It's a really good way to get rid of the Invoker.
Such a snappy, instant form of initiation. What does Invoker have? Spirit Vessel is 900 gold away. He had Midas queued up for a second there, and I was wondering. But look at that. Vision used very nicely up on the high ground. The Observer Ward gives the intel they need for Greedy to make the jump, but a Snowball is out of there, and El Misho, he's managed to actually dodge away from the Tornado, because I think Winter Wyvern pulled the creep camp away from them as the Tusk was snowballing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And they immediately smoke. Spotted out.
They don't have
Wind
Roar.
Run. The Cold Snap, Snowball. It stops down on the low ground. Interesting stuff. As the Deafening Blast, the Cold Embrace comes and saves Vitali for a second. Sands King, he's still on cooldown with that Burrow Strike. They curse him
They got the tomb.
as an Ice Wall gets plonked down. They've got the kill on Greedy. The tomb is gone. And 0900, they've got to start running for the hills because the Lash and the PL, they're shredding them now. 2 kills in a really scrappy, awkward fight. 0900 is still trying to go 4v5 because Wraith King, he is not involved.
It's got the Radiance though. It's time to get involved, baby.
done.
It's done. 16 minutes.
What need have I for this?
Invoker steals the Arcane Rune from the Leshrac as well. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know if they have any smokes left on Dire. Yeah, they do. They have one left on the Wind Ranger. It's time. It's time to use it. It's time to go. Maybe Wind Ranger picks up the Blink Dagger first before that. Not sure. But
Are scanning.
definitely going to see some action now.
Having a much better game on its Wind Ranger than the Skywrath previously, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not even close. I think he's got more net worth now than he did in the entirety of that
Yeah.
Skywrath game.
'Cause it feels like both heroes kind of similar in terms of they need that first early item to really accomplish stuff. You know, Wind Ranger with a Javelin, Rod of Atos, I guess, is much bigger for the Skywrath Mage.
The thing about Wind Ranger at least is she has the escape. Oh, Invoker just gets snapped. Yep, that's what happens. Primal Roar, Necrobooks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, you're right. Wind Ranger has much better ways to get in and out of fights, and so does the Sand King. That Blink stun is going to cause problems every step of the way for Hokori. Sand King thinking about the epicenter. They've also actually caught out
Heal.
Slardin's Wind Ranger with a latch. He's burning through them all with the Pulse Nova. Undying, Wraith King, they're both falling low. The Reincarnation is used up, but the Snowball doesn't save near. Leshrak's down, the Tombstone's being focused, but Beastmaster dies to the skeletons after the zombies
Keo
have been
can't fight
handled.
this.
And Phantom Lancer, you're right. They focused the wrong one, though. He's done an interesting little juke there, sends his real hero the correct way, and trying to bait with his illusions, does so successfully. But Lumiere, he might have stuck around still. Blink, Sand King, Burrow Strike, waiting for the Doppel, and then realizing it is too deep to go.
Yeah, Hokori at this point need to get that first initiation. I mean, they got the kill on the Invoker, which was nice. I like the decision on 0900 to go back in there and fight while the Roar was on cooldown, and they had the Wraith King with the Radiance plus the Reincarnation. Now, Hokori, they're going to need to make another smoke, possibly, and kill this Wraith King while his Reincarnation is still down. They gotta bring this guy down, man. He's so strong right now. At the rate he's going at, the PO is not going to be able to outcarry him.
Look at all the TPs they bring top. They feel that smoke maneuver up there. But in fact, Hokori are into the Roche pit.
Go to Roshan. Okay, I like this. The double damage pickup on the top rune.
That's so nice.
Into the Roshan. Yeah, with the Tusk with the tag team and then the Beastmaster's Aura.
They see the Wyvern.
Got the Wyvern though. Oh,
Instant
no.
buyback. Roshan sitting at 2,000 HP. This one's
Got a
getting
hard
close.
commit.
But they're not committing for it.
I guess they don't know. Yeah, 900 don't know that the Rosh is being taken. They just like thought this Wyvern was just coming into ward or something. And the Wraith King also doesn't have his Reincarnation, so probably they wouldn't have gone in. Regardless. So really smart take there from Hokori. Very fortunate double damage rune as well.
Yeah, I think Invoker didn't have a TP, so he was probably making the call that he can't be there. And like you said, all of the other additional factors meant probably a good idea for 0900 to stay out of the pit. But that move was really nice because you expect Wraith King to TP up top to clear out the top wave. And it was Wraith King with Wind Ranger that both TP up there, expecting the smoke gank, which it was coming. Like Wyvern, Tusk, PL were all roaming up there to meet with the Leshrac. And then they just slip into Roche. They drop the shoulder and they do the sneaky little play. So Aegis in their hands.
The moment they notice the double damage, they're like, oh, hold on, guys. Oh, why don't we just do this with the Beastmaster Aura? So big.
Just get Aegis.
I'm not so sure how I feel about this Invoker Vessel, Gary. Feels like it's very late and not gonna really accomplish a whole lot. We're playing against PL. That hero can just doppelganger and remove it quite easily.
Because it's nice with the urn early on with Quaswex, but then you're already transitioning into Exort later anyway. Good tornado with the EMP.
Much needed tornado.
Not catching Vitali, but yeah, stops their advance at the very least. Tusk is still trying to get there with a blink.
Jericho.
He could close the gap. Undying.
Oh, nice
shot. Beautiful
nice
stuff. Vitali and Nier both latched up together. He throws the roar from Beastmaster in onto some skeletons or something. And Wraith King straight back up to high ground, looking for any targets that are left around. But
it's
a
got
good
a BKB now.
Disciplined retreat from Hokori. The trouble is the Blink Shackle Shot and the Tornado gonna be able to catch out and initiate on the Winter Wyvern. Gardex down, and Greedy, he's got a Yule Scepter, finds the real PL, but the TP from Nier. Leshrac has joined the fight yet again. Sand King is cleared up, and they've got a War's Punch on the Undying. He soul rips, but he's shredded. And Wraith King's Reincarnation, he will come back to life, but he's in the middle of two big core heroes. They meet here, they focus fire, Nier critted down. Slardin's there with a perfect jump, but they're going to bring them all to the ground. A double kill for Wraith King.
They really wanted to go for that Wraith King again, but I think they had no idea there was a BKB up on him.
Is under attack.
And right before he died, he got that big crit onto the Lesh. As soon as he's back up, another crit onto the Lesh, and the Lesh just dies. So flimsy. Not a whole lot of armor on him right now. So huge win for 0900 now. Looks like your boys are doing it, Gary.
Yeah, the Midas Radiance, the item timing, the synchronization with the rest of his team, it's all perfectly worked out here for the Wraith King. He's done a great job.
Done a great job. You know what to tell him after this game.
And it was
he's got
all thanks to me. He didn't buy Armlet, Theban.
Thank you. I mean, good job. Well done. And he's got a shard now too, so the window where PL could possibly maybe burn the mana of the Wraith King and then get him killed like that has completely gone out the window. Like, this is how I expected that one game we watched the Wraith King versus PL go, right? Had he not bought an armlet.
Yeah, the game we're referencing, exactly.
Exactly.
And it's the
You
difference
how,
between
the
them.
PL
Like a 2.5k net worth difference between them now, and Wraith King is going to be getting bigger and bigger. With that Assault Cuirass, Phantom Lancer going hard, starts to become difficult.
And the difference here is, like, the PO is just not able to have as much impact as the Wraith King in the fights anymore. Every time the Radiance Wraith King, you know, puts himself in the front and in between his team and the PL, like, so hard.
Invoker? That is not your base.
Hey, buddy. Yep, that definitely not his base. What was he doing there, actually?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I clicked on the Tusk and I saw Tusk Dust and I thought, what the hell is he? Oh, there's an Invoke. Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
I was admiring the Wraith King.
Well,
it's Roar now.
admiring him die. Oh dear.
Huge
that
kill.
Is a travesty. A huge kill there for Lumiere. Invoker kill into smoke into Wraith King kill. The sequence of events couldn't have been sweeter for Hokori.
That pause couldn't have been sweeter, right? I think they lost complete focus. Invoker instantly dying right after that, and then the Wraith King too. Jeez. I mean, he just, like, underestimated what Hokori was gonna do next while the Invoker was dead. They're on the offensive, Gary.
There is no Wraith King for 40 seconds. There's no buyback. That's a tier 3 potentially. They'll try and mount a defense though. Oh yeah, God. If Flesh can get up on that
they're not
high
gonna go
ground.
for it. They're actually going back. They're not coming to the Sandstorm. Is just such an annoying skill to push into right now, and he's pretty farmed, right? He's got a plate mail. He's got Yules. He's got it's very hard here to bring down on the side of Hokori, and then you also have to worry about the potential buybacks with some of these heroes.
And the immediate.
Wow. Oh my goodness, scary.
What was it? Was it TA refraction? Wow.
No, it was. No, it wasn't. It's not something that amazing. It's actually the Undying. Click on his items.
Oh yeah.
Look how farmed he is.
Oh jeez.
He's got a Greaves on the Courier.
Oh shit! Oh, okay. I was impressed with Arcane Mech Buckler Fluffy Hat Wand, but he's got full.
Yeah,
Greaves.
he's got a He's got a full Greaves. He's gigantic on Jericho. Like, you don't really see Undyings become this farmed.
Let's go.
And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very hard for Hokori to fight into this as long as he gets a high ground tombstone.
And it's such a sick smoke wraparound. This could not be better for 0900. They'll get the immediate jump onto Beastmaster, but the Sand King doesn't have the follow-through from his Wraith King. Shackle Shot's there onto the Winter Wyvern, but the Wraith King is struggling to get onto a target, and it looks like they're going to try and take down Greedy first. The Soul Rip buys him a bit of time, the Burst Strike to the low ground gets him out of danger. Invoker, he's Ghost Walked, he's running away, but the Sand King looks like he's going to be the first to fall with the Winter Wyvern and the Beastmaster both down. It's still a decent one for 0900, but it turned scrappy quickly. Sand King's initiation seemed to be out of time with the rest of his squad.
A little bit hasty, definitely. I completely agree with you on that one. He just jumped the gun there. He just had to wait, get his team nearby. Even if you don't get the jump just because you think they're going to run away, that's okay. Just keep hunting them, stalk them, wait for the right opportunity. But in the end, they still come out with the W. They got the kill on the Beast and the Wyvern. Hopefully next time they'll execute a little bit better.
And that's going to be a sign of things to come, because Roshan, fast spawn is 1 minute away. Both teams are going to be wanting and vying for control of the pit, the Roshan, and the goodies that he holds. And right now, Hokori, they're all grouped up in that top lane. It looks like they're going to go and try and smoke again as 5. They want to force a team fight, and a big one at that. Because usually I'd expect a Beastmaster or Lesh to be bottom lane, shoving it out, getting a bit of farm and going. But they are
Sanking.
They are wanting kills.
Yep.
Burrow into Yules and Blink.
He's gonna get roared here.
He can Yules Blink.
Yules.
He can jump away.
Oh!
Nice. Split Earth
Well
ever so
timed.
close to catching him. Tombstone's dropped here. In onto some summons of the Beastmaster as the shackle shot
I don't
doesn't,
like this tomb.
doesn't really
It's
latch
a
behind.
very bad tomb there.
Dies to PL illusions, yeah.
Yeah, not only that, it's completely mistimed. And now Hokori know that there's no tombstone up. They can just run at 0900. Like, this tombstone is so important in these fights to provide vision. Break blinks. There's 2 blinks on the side of Radiant too. You don't
really
want to fight if you're 0900 right now. You gotta get out. You gotta concede this side. And you got bottom keeps pushing into. You can wait for the Radiant team to go and defend that first.
Unless the shackle shot, Wraith King walks into the middle of them. Tusk is nearly dead. Another shackle shot catches PL with a latch behind as well. And now Tornado with Zaza trying to run away from the BKB Leshrac. Wraith King is still standing. His reincarnation finally being utilized. And that Invoker shredded by the snowball back in from Tusk. But it's a double kill for Wraith King. The Phantom Lance is matching up against him. But El Misho, he's picked off in the middle of it all by Slardin's Wind Ranger. Into Wyvern. Doesn't have Curse. Trying to throw out the Splinter Blast onto Greedy and PL with a re-initiation. He's in and out of that fight so fast. They're forcing the TPs home from 0900. Slardin is out there, but
They want the Wraith King.
He's going to get stunned up here.
they have a
Surely they'll
stun?
find the catch, but they
No,
don't
no
get
stun.
it. No stuns,
Wow.
but they still convincingly sweep through that dire jungle.
Yep, I mean, it was a horrible fight. You don't have Tombstone, and they're just gonna run at you. You stay without your biggest team fighting ability. Now they're gonna go up into the high ground with this Edict. You have no Glyph up anymore. Wraith King's out of there as well without his BKB. He knows he's gonna die very quickly. Invoker's up now, though.
But no Sand King for 20. Taking that tier
They're gonna-
3, Roshan is alive, so they can go and maintain their lanes and go back again.
Yeah. They're gonna need this Roshan. But 0900 is like one bad tombstone away from losing another fight and pretty much conceding the lead to Hokori here.
Oh yeah, that's right. 0900 are ones that have been 6k net worth ahead for quite some time, but conceding the first tier 3. And the way it's looking, Aegis and Cheese going the way of Hokori. Sunstrike scouts it. Wraith King walks into the pit, surrounded by Phantom Lancer illusions already, though. They've got to reset. Hold that high
It's
ground for a
time.
sec.
It's time for the Roshan dance.
It sure is, and Phantom Lancer, he is a master of that dance. Illusion scouting, burning mana, chipping away at Roche little by little, farming jungle camps. He is everywhere but nowhere at the same time.
Yep. 0900 taking a step into the Roshan pit now.
Epicenter being channeled potentially, but they've got a roar on the Invoker. Down he goes, dead for a minute. Epi Burrow does come in, but the Sand King losing his life so quickly. The Leshrac is BKB'd. Still gonna fall as the Wraith King focuses him now. Winter's Curse, but Vitality's dying in the Sandstorm. The Sand King's still there with his Wraith King. The Lords of Battle still survive. Invoker Undying down for a good 30 seconds while the PL secures the Wind Ranger in the back. Beastmaster's
just want
also
Roshan.
brought back, so yeah, Roshan we go.
Yep, and the Leshrac actually died back here, but that's okay because they're still going to be able to take this Roche and they're not going to get punished by the long death timer on the Leshrac.
Sand King.
Sanking, no, he has no ulti. He can't do anything. They're conceding this altogether. PL's going to have an Aegis. They're going to probably put the cheese onto the Leshrac too now. Things are looking awful for 0900 at this moment.
Yeah, this Lash has become a pretty big problem. Like, the amount of damage he puts out before you can actually kill him and focus him down, because he's got that BKB, he just runs straight through the middle of everyone, focuses the supports, but I think primarily it's this Invoker who's getting caught out by Roar
Yeah,
at the start of these fights.
Exactly. The Invoker is a problem right now for 900. Like, he's got to get way better positioning. He does have a BKB up, and I think he needs to just play behind the Wraith King, alacrity him, and that's it. That's all you have to do in the fight. Just alacrity the Wraith King. And then if somebody gets on one of your other heroes, you can Tornado, do whatever else that you possibly need to do. But not having that alacrity is really costing him a lot of these fights. He has a Abyssal Blade now, too, on the Wraith King.
He sure does. Because, yeah, you'd expect
Huge
this Wraith
disables.
King, this Undying, they are your frontliners. They're the ones that are meant to move forward. Phantom Lancer, the real one, does get spotted by the Wraith King, but the Abyssal Blade back from the PL, catching out the Undying, forcing the Tornado EMP. Tombstone in a decent position here, though, as Slardin, he's being chased and
Instantly
hunted,
dead.
but his own BKB going to work, and Lumiere still being focus fired and Shackle shot it up to something behind him. I can't see what it was, but Burrowed and Chain Stun still alive. Lumiere, he's still going. Undying has to get himself the hell out of here now because Hokori, they have turned. The tidal wave of 0900
Oh, no,
it has been
Wraith King's dead
halted.
too.
The levies have been raised, and Hokori, they hold their high ground. Wraith King dies once, and it looks like it might be twice. Buyback and TP into the outpost from the Undying. Forest Strike ready for the Sand King. He needs to make a move. Does catch a few illusions, and they turn to deal with Lumiere, but these PL illusions are just so damn powerful. They're shredding through the Wraith King. A Meteor will land on him with a Burst Strike, and now maybe they get the PL. He's out of mana. The Aegis is all they'll claim, though. 1 life down. But Hokori don't have backup for him. Beastmaster's not there. 3 heroes dead, and 0900 have done it. With that buyback TP from Undying and the ability to drag this fight out longer and longer, the Lumiere PL has finally been found. Phantom Rush off to the Mud Golems, Doppelganger to the low ground. He's not going to die a second time around. They want him desperately to die. In goes Slardin, but no mana for Shackle Shot. Tries to keep tabs on him for the Wraith King Abyssal Blade. Stunned back with a PL, Abyssal himself. And now the game of illusion baiting, but it's not going to work out. Phantom Lancer dead for 1.5 minutes.
Wow. You know, I was surprised, but they thought they could kill the Wraith King, and they tunnel visioned everything onto him, and then they just kind of allowed the Sand King, who bought out, sit there with the Sandstorm. They got the Meteor off, you know, you got this Wind Ranger just casting power shots, so all these squishy heroes just able to sit behind the Wraith King, who has this Elven Tunic and the Radiance. Those illusions were missing a lot of hits on him. They didn't have the Leshrac available too to be able to dish the magic damage.
Oh, Wyvern, you've gone for a cheeky curse.
Oh no.
But you paid for it. Dead for 50 seconds, and that's a DD Alacrity Wraith King shredding through these objectives as the tier 3 in that mid lane. It will come down. And 0900 in a pretty good spot here just to finish off the lane of barracks, because they're going to start to realize there's no buyback here on either of the dead heroes.
There it is.
Epi, jump in with a Burrow, Sunstrike to try and pop the tusk, but he gets the snowball off. Barely in time. The snowball return with a tornado sending him skyward. El Misho, yeah, that's him done for. Transition to the bottom lane now as the tier 3 under assault from 0900.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
You can see what Wraith King does as long as the Invoker stays alive.
Dire's top barracks
Exactly.
is under attack.
He's so dependent on this alacrity.
Give him that alacrity. Oh, deny. A deny on the melee barracks. Nia, you cheeky devil. And 0900, they came, they saw, they conquered, and they will get back to their base to reset and calm down. So what's the plan for Hokori now? You're a couple of lanes of racks down. You were in the driving seat for a good 5 or 6 minutes there when you held Aegis.
Radiant's top
But
tower
at this
is
point,
under
you know, are you demoralized? Do you think you can still move out on the map and try and
Oh,
reclaim a
100%.
bit of advantage?
You're super demoralized in this position. I think, I assume some of their players are probably like, oh god, what do we do now? And the Leshrac especially the Leshrac is looking at himself. He's like, where are my items? He just dies so quickly to this alacrity Wraith King. He just gets two-shotted essentially right now. Like, he spent too much time in these fights just suiciding for his team and such. Instead, I feel like he just gotta start farming up. And he can farm very quickly too. He needs items bad.
Yeah, it felt good in the short term when he was, you know, dunking on the support. Oh, wait a second. Cataclysm with a Burrow Strike. Winter Wyvern. 100 HP remains. And that's enough to fly back to the base. It felt good for the Lash in the short term when he was, dunking on the supports, sprinting towards them in fights, killing them off, letting the PL survive. But I think you're right. At this point, he's probably kicking himself for being so selfless. I should have been more selfish.
The position 4 on 0900 has more farm than the position 2 Leshrac right now.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. Slardin hasn't... He's got a Monkey King bar, a BKB, and a Blink Dagger.
Going for a Lincoln's next.
Well.
Absolutely gigantic.
Humongous.
Enormous.
He's a monster. What an absolute
giant.
unit. He is an absolute unit. He's on the wrong side of the map, though.
Radiant's top tower is
Pushed out
under
the bot
attack.
lane. The rest of his team is up at top. Fast
You know what they
spawn
need
on
right now?
Roche in a minute and a half. What do they need?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Hokori need an MKB, or no, not MKB. He need a rapier. That's what he needs on the Phantom Lancer. He needs this rapier so he can get on that Wind Ranger, like literally 2-shotter in an Abyssal Blade duration. And then now you can actually do something against this Wraith King. Because his evasion is so annoying. He's got the Tunic was actually the best item he could have gotten on the Wraith King, I think. 16% evasion. Then the Radiance also causes your
17,
the illusions and stuff to miss 17% of the attacks.
Hell yeah. But now, Illusionist's Cape time. Super
Ooh,
nice
he switched
item.
it. I think I would have kept the Tunic, honestly.
For all those reasons you're mentioning. Keeps him
Exactly.
much tankier.
You can
he
keep
walks
their
high
cape
ground.
until
Sand King Abyssal got the Lotus Orb off though, so returns the Abyssal. Now Wraith King stuns him up. Phantom Lancer's caught up in a Chain Disable Fiesta, but the Sand King is still dispatched with. No buyback on Sand King, so it's down to Invoker Wind Ranger to zone back the Radiant. Cold Embrace on Lash, the Cataclysm's coming, the Sunstrikes land, a Yule's up. Lashrak caught in the air with a Meteor landing on his head and Deafening Blast pushing them back, but 2 heroes down for the Dire, trading for 1 on that Radiant team. And the Invoker's going to get bashed. Do they have a Roar? Any more stuns? They've got a Winter's Curse. That'll keep him locked up in place for a second or two. This BKB still working. That Walrus Punch, it will disable him with another Abyssal Blade. They get the Invoker kill.
very good aggression coming out from Hokori here. And getting that ward out sees the entirety of that fight. 0900, especially the Wraith King, jumping in, trying to save that Sand King without the support of the rest of his teammates. And as his teammates start to trickle into the fight, it's just, the spells are going off all at the wrong times. They're not combining their skills together. Invoker was not there to support up the Wraith King while he was using his Abyssal and stuns, providing him any damage.
Are under attack.
What happened to the Invoker? Did he not cast Cataclysm right away?
He did
I feel
it
like he should have just.
He did it at the very start, and it nearly killed the Lesh, because the Lesh got cold embraced. Or maybe not the very start, but within the first 5 seconds of the fight. And then Lesh got Yulesed, and Invoker dropped the Meteor on him. But it was a very separated fight. Tombstone was a little bit too far behind. Wraith King couldn't stick on a target. And that was Hokori getting the drop on them.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So a little bit of a breathing room from Hokori, but I don't think they really killed the important hero, which is the Wraith King.
I'll deny that illusion.
Got an MKB now on the PL. So at this point, yeah, now you would want to have the Illusionist Cape on the Wraith King, but before they have anything to go through your evasion, the Tunic would have been very nice. Good attack speed, good movement speed. You know how Wraith King loves all that.
He sure does. 30 seconds for Roche. Everybody has their full squad
Dire's
alive.
Are fortified.
0900, they smoke up together. There is a Radiant Courier in the pit. Winter Wyvern sent it in. Radiant scanning, watching for the Dire, trying to make their way up on that high ground. And they scan a Wraith King illusion.
Has been
Abyssal, the courier.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, get rid of that shit. Get out of here.
No vision inside
Easy
the
money.
pit.
And it's I mean, it's like a giant creep, man. 110 gold to every hero on your team.
Look at the smoke from Hokori. They're going to walk straight into them. The jump onto the Wind Ranger couldn't react in time, was looking elsewhere. Window shopping or
Thank
something.
you.
And now onto the Wraith King. Phantom Lancer. Not wanting to commit too hard, they force the buyback out of Wind Ranger and also Undying. Roared and caught, but the Beastmaster turned upon by the Sand King Burrow. And Wraith King, well, he's forced to whack the Undying, and down he goes. Jericho, he's going to have to buy back and come into this fight again. Because Wraith King has BKB'd up, but the Ghost Scepter from Lesh buys him space and yules up to get away from the stun as the Epicenter catches Beastmaster, and now a Tusk. Snowball tried the attempt to save the BM, but it's not enough, and Greedy's in the Sandstorm with no reveal from the Radiant. They don't see him. He's Lotus Orbed up, and this fight is going around in circles. There's a roundabout as the Wind Rangers die back. The Invoker can't join the battle, dead for 60 seconds. Tusk has barely survived thanks to the Force and the Cold Embrace, and they have kited the Wraith King into oblivion. His Wraith Fire Blast on Reincarnation will do very little, but a blink away, slowed by the Diffusal Blade. A Force Staff back by the Undying. He's got Soul Rip, he's got Greaves. Can he keep him alive long enough? It looks like the Wraith King is still going to get bashed up and slowed enough. The Greaves are there, but there's no more saves, and he's dead for 100. Roshan now alive means Hokori in a beautiful spot. Another comeback into this game.
They're going to get Roshan. They're going to get Aegis. There's an Aghanims there too. I wonder if the PO is going to be the one to pick that up, or they're going to give it to a Leshrac maybe? Leshrac Axe is really strong. So I can totally see them getting that, especially if you use it on the Wraith King. Or sorry, like when you use it when you're on top of the Wraith King, it's really nice. He can't attack. But it looks like the PO will probably just be the one to pick that up.
Probably. We'll see what goes on. That is a Roshan easily taken by Hokori though. Third one of the game. And now the net worth lead.
The PO.
That was, what was it, 18,000 net worth lead for 0900, down to literally nothing yet again. Sand King, Cataclysm, Burrow Strike. That is an immediate snipe on the Winter Wyvern. So that will delay the advantage that they've built up to try and push up high ground. And
I think they're going to have to back off soon. Maybe they can get the tier 3 tower, but if they continue on with this push, it's not going to look good for them. Sand King's in a great place to get a nice epicenter off.
Great Burrow. I mean, that kill on Wyvern has basically saved the Wraith King from having to buy back.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the Frozen Sigil from Tusk. How I've missed you.
Did you really?
The only reason I missed it, because I got, you know, the Vici Gaming cosmetic, and I've not been able to use it for like 4 years.
yeah. You know what? I think that's why they brought it back, because there were like people like, well, what are we supposed to do with this item? Like, I paid for this.
Yeah, god damn it, I want to support my team. Tusk snowballing. Let's see if he can do anything else. Force Staff, blink, anything, just death. That's all that awaits him. Buys back in a snap decision as Greedy, Mr. Sand King over here, very far forward, looking for the Blink Burrow, but Beastmaster.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, dude, that Beastmaster is so cocky, not clicking BKB before he TP'd out. I know it's a 10-second BKB, but if you got caught out there, you would have put your team in a horrible position. He's already bought out.
That's a good point, yeah. So careful with your life at this point, because we said it at the start of the series, right? This late game scenario, it is now past 35 minutes. We're 45 minutes into the game, and this is where buybacks pretty much mean everything for these South American teams. Wraith King, Sand King, Wyvern, the only three with buybacks at this point. Beastmaster, Wind Ranger, Undying, and Tusk have all used theirs, and everybody else is lacking the gold for it. Bit of poke and prod here from 0900. Getting back up to the high ground for a bit of a tactical advantage with the terrain. Tornado EMP doesn't really do too much, but Wraith King has found the jump on Wyvern, probably forcing the buyback there, and he's also on top of Nier. Snowball comes out, the PL's chasing into the right-hand side of the fight with a roar. They will look to pick off the Invoker, but the Lesh is tumbling. This Wraith King is shredding the rest of your squad. The Walrus Punch, but the zombies on the high ground Tombstone, they are crowding this battle. They do come back in with some PL illusions, but Lumiere, he changes tact onto the Sand King with a bash, forcing the Yules. Sand King has Burrow Strike and a blink to turn around this fight. And Phantom Lancer with no choice but to doppelganger back to safety, while the Winter Wyvern, the dieback is there. The Wraith King is still standing. Now it's all down to your PL. He is literally 1v5. I don't think he can do this. Theban, The Phantom Lancer's stunned. Doppelganger in a second. He's got Aegis, yes, but 2 lives mean nothing when you're in this scenario. You're just being pummeled, beaten, bullied into the ground. He turns and fights. He knows he has no chance but to battle against his opponent. The Invoker, the Undying, and Wraith King, they are scrambling to kill this goddamn Phantom Lancer. Catman die. Aegis is gone, the illusions are cleared, and now we're back to a 1v5 yet again. The PL Abyssal Blaze, but the
Your team's
Meteor and
doing
the
it.
damage is doing it. The Doppelganger off, but the stun, immediate bash. Abyssal Blade will do very little here, and Lumiere is the final casualty of war. 5 heroes down, the full team wipe, and the GG as 0900. They've done it. Theban, the Wraith King build has worked.
Nice. I mean, that last fight was so messy from Hokori there. They, the PO and the Beastmaster went into the back lines trying to find the Invoker who had an Aeon Disc. They roared the Aeon Disc hero. And then the High Ground Tombstone for Undying. Finally, they get that High Ground Tombstone fight where